with that, let's go to a check of the forecast with Adam Claybon. Just based on, I haven't really been outside today because I got to work at 4 a.m. and I've been inside the whole time. But looking outside, it looks like it's a good day to head to Pike Place Market or do something outside.
It's going to stay dry for sure. It's just going to heat up, and we're already starting to see temperatures in the low 80s in a lot of locations. Then I think maybe not today. Tomorrow we'll hit 90s out at SeaTac Airport, and there will be a few more 90s as opposed to what we'll see mainly across South Sound today, especially in the interior spots of Pierce County and Thurston County, where we could see a bit more of those 90s. But here's a check of the forecast and some of the record highs for the days. So today, I think we're going to stay shy of that. Tomorrow, record comes down to 88 degrees, 91 our forecast. I think it's a good shot that we're going to break that one, and then we fall back into the low 80s Friday for highs, and records start to climb back up into the mid-90s. So not a long stretch of heat, but a couple of more days ahead where we are going to have to keep in mind if you're heading outdoors, especially if you have to work outdoors, that you're going to need to really try to keep it easy. So for today, we're still sitting at 10 days in the 90s or above for this year. I think we'll get one tomorrow, though, especially if we don't see one today. But we'll get up into second place, tie it at least with 2018 sitting at 11 days. We'll see if we get up to that 12-day mark back in 2015. Check out all the alerts, the heat advisories, the excessive heat warnings. Also got some red flag warnings out there, too, especially down into Northern California and even for us here up across the Cascades. First, let's talk about the heat advisories. That started up at noon. Will go until midnight on Friday, so early Friday morning. Highs mid to upper 80s, mid-90s, possibly more so tomorrow. Red flag warnings out here across the Cascades. The potential for increases for fire growth, and it may get even quicker, or it may grow even quicker, especially with some parts here farther to the east with some of those fires already, with the dynamics and how the atmosphere is really set up right now with all the heat that's in place. Excessive heat warnings out for more the darker shaded pinks that you're noticing right here for the Cascades below 2,000 feet, where we can see highs in the mid to upper 90s, perhaps the 100s as you go farther to the east across central Washington. Plus, we're noticing too in the orange shading areas here across the eastern side of the state, heat advisories in effect there, but they are going to be for temperatures just a bit warmer. That could get up to 102 degrees. So almost the entire state under that heat advisory. As you go farther to the west, get closer to the coast, things actually are a bit cooler. But here in Bellingham, we're going to feel the heat right now. Beautiful blue skies and fairly comfortable for the time being. Starting to notice a little more of that haze live at SeaTac Airport, but still a really nice day, and it's okay for the time being too. We're in the low 80s, so that's not out of hand yet as far as temperatures. North winds coming in at 8 miles per hour, but a lot of sun out there. That is glistening off right now. Puget Sound and looking live. You can see the Great Wheel, also a ferry in the background. People out there enjoying this summer afternoon. 77 in Tacoma, 80 in Olympia, right now at 84 in Chehalis, and then you got more of the 70s out there along the coast for Forks and in Hoquiam. So we're warming up there, just we're going to stay a little more comfortable over that way. So as you go off towards the west, we have this high pressure system that is now beginning to strengthen, and as that's happening, we got a big dip in the jet stream that's allowing some cooler and wetter weather up across parts of Alaska, but that's what's also helping to really give us the setup that we have here across most of the western United States. And as that is going to take place and that really strengthens here over the next day or two, expect those temperatures to climb today, upper 80s, lower 90s, especially farther south, the farther south you go. Tonight might be a pretty warm and not as comfortable night. Only some mid to low 60s for some of those overnight lows, and then we start to crank things up again heading on into the day tomorrow with more of those low to mid 90s. We'll top off tomorrow at 91, but then afterwards a stretch of some partly sunny days to go along with more of the low to mid 80s Friday all the way through next Tuesday.
Thank you so much, Adam.